Namaskar, I'm Suruchi Das and you're watching Ritam News. As the world's largest economy, the United States has long been a symbol of financial power and innovation. But beneath the surface, a crisis is brewing. High inflation, soaring debt, and struggling companies are casting a long shadow over the country's economic future. A surge in bankruptcies and financial woes is shaking the foundations of both small businesses and corporate giants, and the ripple effect could push the US towards a recession. In recent months, small businesses, the backbone of the American economy, have been hit particularly hard. The Russell 2000 index, known for tracking small cap companies, revealed a concerning trend. Almost half of the firms are now operating at a loss. With rising interest rates further tightening the nose, these businesses are battling unprecedented debt levels. Many face the harsh reality of closing their doors. In fact, the percentage of companies now struggling to stay afloat is the highest since the COVID-19 pandemic, surpassing even the financial crisis of 2008. Larger corporations aren't faring much better. In a grim statistic, over 500 major companies have already declared bankruptcy this year. This marks one of the worst years for corporate collapses in over a decade, barring the extraordinary economic shutdown during the pandemic. The consumer and industrial sectors are particularly vulnerable, with companies from retail to manufacturing feeling the squeeze of mounting debt and falling revenues. The financial landscape is shifting, and many are left wondering how long businesses can survive the relentless pressure of rising costs and shrinking profits. But it's not just the corporate world that's under strain. The US national debt has ballooned at an alarming rate. In just 2 decades, it has surged from $5.7 trillion to $35 trillion. The trajectory is clear, and the country is now on track to see this figure soar to $54 trillion within the next decade. With the US spending billions each day just on interest payments, the question of sustainability looms large. For many Americans, this burden is already being felt in their daily lives. The relentless inflation gripping the nation is forcing more and more Americans into precarious financial situations. Stagnant wages coupled with rising costs of living mean that millions now find themselves working multiple jobs just to keep up. For many families, even basic necessities have become harder to afford, and the prospect of economic relief seems increasingly out of reach. Perhaps the most dangerous sign of impending trouble lies in the office real estate sector. Once booming, the market is now grappling with a wave of vacancies as remote work has redefined the traditional workplace. The shift in work culture has left cities like New York and San Francisco with a glut of empty office space, and landlords are struggling to cope with plunging rents and rising interest rates. Experts are warning that this could be the canary in the coal mine, signaling deeper problems across the broader financial system. Additionally, global conflicts such as the Israel-Hamas war and the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war have intensified the economic strain, disrupting supply chains and fueling uncertainty. The combination of rising debt, persistent inflation, and widespread corporate failures paint a stark picture of an economy on the edge. While some still hold out hope for a turnaround, the warning signs are growing louder. How the US navigates these challenges will determine not just its own future, but the stability of global markets as well.